Shalom is real, real quick video giving all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai by Hashem Rakakadash, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostle, elder bishops, great millstone, much salutation to the brothers, teach word for the hopeful elect, soon to be the elect, most high will, the hopeful extend elect, shalom blessings. Trump, pulling soldiers out from NATO as some kind of punishment. And we tell you, man, it's getting down to prophecy, man. I mean, it has been prophecy, but it's getting down to the last of the prophecies. And the scripture is true. I don't know what these church people are talking about, what these anti-Christians are talking about, what the world is talking about. These prophecies, the prophets on the street are true. Right here it says Trump reportedly considers punishing unsupportive NATO countries by removing soldiers. That's what the rest of it says. Trump rages NATO endures why the alliance is harder to kill than it looks. And we tell you this, Trump slams NATO after hinting pulling the U.S. out. We told you that the beast is going to hate the whore. The 10 horns are going to hate the whore, which consists, from NATO, EU, and other European countries. It even says Italy is one of the 10 horns. And it even says, why did Italy deny U.S. bombers access to an Italian air base? Most High is breaking all this up. We can't even explain it enough and more clear that we are at the end of this thing, man. Revelation 17 and 16, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, which is NATO, EU. 10 horns, you got Italy, Spain, you got Netherlands, you got all those regional so-called European countries. And these shall hate the whore, which is America. It's clear as day. These shall hate the whore, which is America, man. The harlot that rises up on the beast. All the nations shall hate the whore. And shall make her, what's another scripture that says, all the nations shall hate the whore. And shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So, all these countries are going to, they got their arrows pointed at America. Russia is going to be a main source of a main, what would you call it, catalyst? A main, core piece that, is going to send bombs over here. Gog of Magog. Most High set up these chess pieces to do his will. Oh, nation, let me get that scripture. We're moving into glorious times for the elect. Even though, we got Jacob's trouble, we got the MOTB and the test, but Most High is going to show us some glorious things, man. He's going to show us some angelic things, just like back then in the days of Rome. The prophets had powers to heal and things of that nature. It's going to happen again. So yeah, pretty much just what I was. So going back, So yeah, Most High is breaking all that up. And it said in the scriptures, Satan means adversary, Shaitan. It says, Satan divided against himself shall not stand. These Edomites divided against each other shall not stand. And they can't help but do what the Most High at the king, the heart of the king is in the Most High's hand. So they can't do, and it said the Most High, heart of the king is in the hands of the Lord. Proverbs 21:1. And Trump is a king. He's in a kingly position. He has power. That's why he's ordering his soldiers to come from NATO, come out of NATO. King's heart is in the hand of the Lord as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. Every way of a man is. So yeah, he, as the rivers of water. The water has a course, has a current, and the Most High could change that current, change that direction of the water, like he does with these kings. The Most High is the ultimate chess. He created the ultimate chess game, which is with human and beings, because they're not a human, but they are a being, and they were created for the day of evil. Most High said, I think it's Proverbs like 6:4. He created the wicked for the day of evil. So, no matter what men say and what nations say and corporates say, the military says, prime ministers say, it's what the Most High says, and what he's already written in the Bible by holy men. The holy men fear the Lord, and they do what he does. He says. So he says, write it in a book, and they write it in a book. Record these things, even with the angels. Yeah, they're recording things, recording events, making events happen, doing the bidding of the Most High. Trump agents. So yeah, the Prime Minister of Italy refuses to let Trump use their base. Trump ways, so it's getting nasty. It's getting real nasty, man. And this is going to create confusion, chaos, high raises of concerns by citizens, and the citizens are going to be looking at it like, why is Trump going crazy? They, you know how many people that citizens of America didn't vote for Trump and not supporting Trump. And it says in the scriptures they will not regard their princes or kings. Let me go ahead and get that. Second Esdras 15:16, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power, man. And these nations have power. They have military might. They have nuclear bombs, and are um, they are, so to speak, coexisting with public affairs, with hidden affairs too. Like they have a certain communication and understanding with each other on certain levels. Even concerning the BRICS, nobody knew that would come about, but that's prophesied. And we told you about how Russia is not not part of the beast, and it clearly says that they even had the Iron Curtain, where NATO and its allies was on the Western bloc, and the Eastern bloc consisted of Russia and its allies. So when was that? That was yeah. So that around that Hitler area. And that Russia is not part of the G6, G7. I think it's all the way to G10 now, something like that. It's grown, but this is what's going on, and we keep telling you this. We're at the end, and it's going to be some crazy stuff happening pretty soon. It's going to be, it's going to affect the whole world. And Jacob's trouble. That's why it says Jacob's trouble is going to be a trouble that has never been before upon the earth. Paraphrasing, since the beginning of time. It's and these are world powers that we're dealing with that have nuclear capability. Every man is armed. Every pretty much country have some alliance or some or self-reliance on certain levels that would have them considered a power to be reckoned with, like when it comes to all-out nuclear war. They did have the disarmament race. What do you call it? Back in, when was that? I want to say after the 40s. I think it was actually 70, 80, maybe 90s. Maybe a little bit before, but they had a disarmament agreement of nuclear disarmament agreement and that's why when they invaded, it was either Afghanistan or Kuwait, something like that, one of them little smaller little countries. They said they lied and told them that they were using uranium for energy instead of nuclear weapons. But come on, they were using it for nuclear weapons, man. And even when President Clinton was in office, I think that was one of his speeches, or it was in one of his speeches that he said we're moving, considering, talking about moving toward the future. He said that we're moving toward the betterment of America, and one of those betterment ideas was energy, and I guess stronger power grid, whatever have you, anything that has to do with energy. And then what? Another thing that MOTB has to do with energy. Electrical component is, and it has power within it, power to open doors and, so to speak, operate many electrical devices, any electrical device, pretty much. So this whole power system, even going into the digital new world order, has everything to do with them flexing muscle and power, even with the MOTB, but still, Most High got these nations flexing their own power. And that definitely caused division. That definitely causes raising eyebrows, and maybe, jealousy in there and pride in there and all that. So, what did it say? The nations were, I think it's read like the nations were angry with the whore. Let me see about that one. And I'll close out. Angry. Wrath or some angry. 10 horns represent a sudden shift. Turn against hate and destroy the whore. Babylon, false religious system. So they don't know that. I guess they don't know that's talking about modern day Babylon, America. See, and you can find in the scriptures where it says spiritual Sodom, spiritual Egypt. So yeah, we're talking about modern terms now. Modern Babylon. We're in spiritual war right here. We're in spiritual times. So yeah. Yeah, it's Revelation 11 and 18, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come in the time of the dead, that they should be judged. Yeah. And look, it said the great whore did corrupt the earth. This is, the America has corrupted the earth. Great pollution here, great corruption here. Even the minds of the people are corrupt. Yeah. And you see it's going to be like the purge out in this place, man, pretty soon. And you see it on the YouTube, TikTok. But anyway, before I, ramble on, I got to get ready for work. Anyway, hopefully it was edifying. Shalom.